here getting some onions. Guy just came out to me and gave me the thumbs up, so I don't know if that means I'm good or what the deal is. So let me go check it out. So is this only going to Colorado Springs?
No, they probably got a split, but they're the ones that lined it up. They didn't tell us anything about what went where, so
Okay.
you have to deal with that.
Yeah, I'll have to get in touch with my broker because, I mean, this just says Colorado Springs, so. All right, thanks, sir. Have a good one. I guess let me give my broker a call and figure out what in the world is going on. Well, okay. Just talked to the broker. He doesn't know, so he's gonna give me a call back. That's a lot of onions. Oh, this trailer's gonna smell so bad forever. This is just one of those things where you'll never get the smell out of it. So we're in Corinne, Utah, and we're going to, I guess, Colorado Springs, because I haven't heard back yet. So yeah, this guy was just checking to make sure I was leaving, and I am, so let's plug in the old phone here and I'll get on the road. Sip of that dew first. This channel is not sponsored by Mountain Dew. However, Mountain Dew, I do love all of your products. So if you ever want to sponsor me, keep your boy in mind. So I figured I might entertain you guys with a story while I'm here. So I got my first speeding ticket back at the end of January. And what happened was I was going north on I-25. I was going from Denver up towards I-80. And for whatever reason, I wanted to see if going through Cheyenne was faster than taking 287, which puts you, you go through Fort Collins and then over to Laramie, so you bypass Cheyenne out entirely. And so I went over there, and right as you get to the Cheyenne port of entry, the speed limit changes. And when the speed limit changed, I was looking at my pre-pass, that little jammer right there, to see if it was turning green or turning red. Now if it turns red and beeps a bajillion times, you have to pull in, they have to weigh you, you can get inspected, blah 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 blah. So it turned green, and I looked down just to make sure it was green, but that's where the first speed limit sign is, where it drops from 75 to 65. So I didn't see that because normally I go across 287 and I wasn't familiar with where the sign was and where it changed. So I go ahead and roll through, and then I see that there is another sign ahead just past. There's a Flying J on the left, or a Pilot, and then there's a Love's on the right, and then I see that there's a 65 sign up ahead, so I start slowing down. I use my Jake brake right here, and I didn't see it in time, I guess, and right past the underpass there is a sign, and there was a state trooper just chilling underneath the sign. And unfortunately, he got me at 73 and a 65, which, I mean, if I had seen him sooner, then I definitely would have slowed down much sooner. But I thought that I was just still in a 65 and then getting into a, I was in a 75 going into a 65 zone, so I thought I still had time, but I guess not. But anyway, I had my, I had to do a phone conference for court, and I was just thinking, I was hearing some of the other stuff, like this guy like stole this woman's car and like ran it into a wall and then like assaulted her and all this other stuff. Oh, and he had a DUI too. And it was just wild. And I'm just like, I'm in the same court? Okay. So then they finally get to me after like an hour. And I explain the situation. And the judge is just like, wow. I mean, that really sucks. But what I'm going to do is cut you a huge break. And so he reduced it from 8 miles an hour over to 5 miles an hour over, which knocked the fine down from like $396 to $25. And I was so grateful. I mean, it still sucks. I don't think that Wyoming does points on your license or anything like that, but you know, at least it's less bad. I mean, I was still in the wrong. I shouldn't have looked away and looked at my pre-pass. Yeah, it was a good learning experience, but that was my first ever speeding ticket. All right, well, we're about a ton over on the drives, which means these need to go back towards the truck this way. I tried sliding them earlier, but for some reason they just would not slide. So I don't know if all the pins didn't release or if it was just because it was muddy. I don't know, but we'll fix it. So the reason you have to do this is because you can only have so much weight on each axle. And the tires are only rated for so much. Reweigh, blah, blah, blah. It's stupid that they charge you a reweigh fee, in my opinion. I mean, it's just like $14 for one weigh is already enough, but another $2.50? Seriously? Alright, that's what I like to see. Good and legal. And that also gives me room for fuel, even though like right now I don't need it, but anyway. Let's see what we got. Uh-oh. That's not something I want to see. But it looks like everybody's going in, so at least it's not just me. It was $33.5, right? They also email you a copy of your scale ticket, which is nice because then you're just like, I literally just weighed this truck. Yeah, $33,540. So I don't know why they're pulling me in. Maybe they just want to check everybody's paperwork today. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. See, that bugs me. It's like, I know I'm good and legal on my weights. I literally just weighed the truck. If you're not gonna pull me in and do anything, and you're not gonna reweigh me, then why are you just slowing me down? It doesn't make any sense. Like, I could understand if they wanted to check your paperwork. The port in Cheyenne is notorious for that. Like, every time you're coming out of Colorado, everybody pulls in, has to park, go and takes in their IFTA and their registration. And so it's just, it doesn't make any sense. If you're not gonna get pulled in and they're not gonna inspect you and they're not going to reweigh you or anything like that, then why do they go through the trouble of slowing you down? Is it just to mess with you? I really don't understand. If somebody knows, please tell me why. Because I would really like to know. Whoa. That's a big generator. Huh. I would not want to haul that. I mean, you have to go at a reduced speed, and that means you can only clock so many miles per day, and you need escorts, and you need route planning, and I'm sure there's plenty of good money to be made, but yeah, I'm one to want to keep moving forward and going like 20 miles an hour and having to worry about all the permits and route planning and blah blah blah. It's like, nah, I'll just take my load of onions or beer or whatever I'm hauling. That restroom was actually quite clean. It was very nice. Kept clean, well stocked, everything worked, wasn't nasty. Because some of these places you stop and it's just like, did a bomb of poop go off in here or what happened? So to see a nice, clean, and it even smelled clean too. I mean, some of these places, I mean, they're truck stops and they have staff that are supposed to clean them, and like you'll go in there and find like, I don't know, like remnants of food or like empty like water bottles or drinks. And I'm really kind of concerned about this load. I mean, Colorado Springs is like a little over an hour south of Denver, and it says that their receiving hours don't start till like 10 in the morning. And I'm just thinking to myself, well, if I have to go somewhere and then unload, and then go somewhere else and unload, and then go somewhere else and get reloaded, I mean, that's gonna put a pretty sizable dent in my clock. So I think what I might ultimately end up doing is just get to Denver and get to the first place I'm supposed to go, and then just park it for the night, and then hopefully be able to get a jump start on the morning. I know that's not ideal for me, but I don't really think I have another option. And I have no idea what my reload is even gonna be tomorrow, which is somewhat concerning as well. But the joys of truck driving, huh? Yeah. It's like I said in my last video, I sometimes feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. And there's some air of truth to that. Okay, almost to Wyoming. Here comes the port of entry. I've only ever been red lit through here once, and that was much the same as we saw over at the Willard port, or Brigham City, or whatever you want to call it, where I went through. The port itself was actually closed, but I still got red lit to go through, so I went through. And I went through the rolling way at 30 miles an hour, and then just went on my way. So again, it's just, I don't know why. Yeah, see, green light. I don't know why some of these ports, they just want to pull you in, but they don't actually want to pull you in, you know what I mean? Let's see. Oh wow, a cab over. You don't see too many of those nowadays, especially not one with a separate sleeper like that. That's really cool. Welcome to Wyoming. Nobody's stopping to take pictures with the sign today, I guess. Oh, new Teslas. Oh, is that, it's a peanut. It's a peanut. It's a Planters Peanutmobile. What the hell? I didn't even know that was a thing. Huh, well, some of the stuff you see on the road, I swear, it's certainly unique. I didn't know they made a Peanutmobile. I know they have a Wienermobile. Okay, this drives me absolutely bonkers. I downshift because I need power going up this hill. So I dropped from 12th gear to 11th gear. And then I tried to lock it in manual, and then it's just like, no, you're above the rev limiter, which are these two little bars right there next to the needle. And it's just like, no, you can't go above that with it locked in manual mode. It's just like, you shouldn't be able to tell me how I can operate this truck. I am so ready to be in a truck where I stick it in a gear, and that's the gear it stays in, and that's that. Because this whole, I'm gonna downshift right before the top of this hill, because this computer's calculated that based on load information and the weight and the revs and the fuel consumption and the blah blah blah, it's like, no, stick it in a gear and let it eat. That's it, bottom line. Okay, well, got me some full strength brew. Some days you just need it, and today's one of those days for sure. Got my brake in, got fuel. Oh, come on. Don't give me that crap. There's an air leak somewhere. I have no idea where. I suspect it's one of the lines going either to or from the transmission, because that's the first warning that always pops up. I don't know if it's a leak, I don't know if it's a loose fitting. I'm not a mechanic, and the truck's under warranty, so the shop can't do anything about it, which is frustrating. And that's why, one of the reasons, I mean, this, and that, I mean, it's just stupid. They just replaced this, as you saw in a recent video, like not even 3 months ago. And it was out of service for 9 total days. And I'm just kind of ready to be done with Peterbilt. I know they have a history and a legacy and yada yada yada. This truck, more or less since I've gotten it, has been pretty much a problem from the jump. Also, I know I've griped about this before, but it's a 2020 truck and you still have to manually disengage the turn signals. Like, really? Really? That's stupid. We're on the outskirts of Denver, Colorado. I have no idea where I'm going. Never been to this place before. I got the old GPS going. Looks like we're about 15 minutes away. Oh, this is a sharper corner than I thought it was. And we make a right turn.
Turn right on Colorado 2, south Colorado Boulevard.
This is a rather sharp right turn. Is there a right on red? I don't see a sign saying no. I'm gonna go for it. Go wide.
Turn right onto East 40th Avenue.
600 feet, destination on the left. Now, where do I go in?
Your destination is on the left.
Well, it's not down there. Alright, I think that's pretty good. That'll still give me room to maneuver for the morning time. Alright, lock the doors. Okay. Off the headlights. Go off duty. Alright, well, that'll do it for the evening for me. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and comment if you enjoyed this video and you want to chime in on anything. If you want to see more content, if you want to subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.